If every 20-year-old Indian invested in one simple product, Indian middle class would look completely different in next 20 years. And you know what's strange? Nobody teaches us, neither in school nor in college. We spend 18 years in school learning trigonometry, tables, Mughal emperors, but not a single chapter on compounding or how low-cost investing can change your life. Nobody tells us that fees matter. Nobody teaches how actually money grows. Nobody tells us that emotions are real enemy. Nobody teaches that 90% of active fund managers fail to beat the index when you increase the timeline. And that is why most of the people struggle financially today. Not because they do not work hard, but because they were never shown the right path on an early age. And this is what needs to be taught in every Indian classroom. Because there is one product, simple, low fee cost and high trust investment that quietly beats 90% of expert over a long period of time. And if you understand this today, your future self will thank you in next 40 years. So let us talk about index funds, the financial truth that school never taught us. If you are someone who wants to grow your wealth without tracking market every day, or is tired of investment advices, or wants a simple, stress-free way to build your financial future, then this video is for you. Stay till the end because this video will change how you look at your money. Before going ahead, do subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us to spread more financial awareness. Namaste friends, I'm Rohini and you're watching the knowledge series of fincash.com. An index fund is a mutual fund that simply copies market index. But what exactly is market index? A market index is just a list of top companies selected based on size, importance, and how much they contribute to India's economy. For example, the Nifty 50 has top 50 companies in India. The Sensex has top 30 companies. There are others too, such as Nifty Next 50, Nifty 100, Nifty Bank. Each one is just a different collection. So who decides what's the index? The index is decided by independent body. For example, for Nifty, it is NSE indices. They decide which companies enter, which company exit, and what percent each company gets. All based on transparent rule, that is market cap, liquidity, trading history, sector representation, etc. So what does an index fund do? It buys the same companies that the index holds in the same portion. So your money gets invested in companies in the respective index. It simply invests in leaders of the country automatically. That is why when the index goes up, the fund goes up. And when the index goes down, the funds goes down. In 2007, Warren Buffett made a public bet. And honestly, it was one of the biggest challenges to the investing industry. He said, I bet one single index will beat the smartest hedge funds over 10 years. These hedge funds had top analysts, supercomputers, the best brains, unlimited research. And what happened after 10 years? It wasn't even close. The S&P 500 index funds didn't just win, it destroyed them. It is because low cost plus discipline beats high cost plus overconfidence. For example, take India. The Nifty 50 TRI delivered 13 to 14% CAGR over the past 10 years, and most active funds could not consistently outperform this over the full decade. If someone invested in a Nifty 50 index fund for 10 years, 1 lakh would turn into 3.5 to 3.7 lakh. Even with demonetization, COVID crash, election, inflation, it keeps compounding. Index fund is really a slice of top Indian companies. As companies grows, your investment grows too. So if every 25-year-old young individual would invest in one simple index fund, the middle class of this country would look completely different by 2045. So why do index funds outperform most of the active funds? And how do they really work in an Indian market? Let us understand this. First of all, they are very low cost, and that is their superpower. Index funds is really cheap, and that is why it matters. Active funds pay for research team. big spaces, analysts, and constant trading. Whereas index funds, they just copy index. They don't have to spend so much money. And that is why their cost is very low. Often somewhere between 0.20 to 0.50% per year range for direct plans. And many active funds, on the other hand, charge 1% to 1.8% or even more. Now, this cost difference might look very small, but over 10 to 15 years, it affects your returns. So, for instance, your returns could vary from 1 lakh to 3 lakh. So, does low cost means that index funds do not have a manager? They do have a fund manager, but their job is completely different than an active fund manager. Here is how it actually works. In a normal mutual fund, the fund managers tries to pick the best stock. They study companies, make prediction, buy and sell frequently, basically trying to beat the market. This means high effort, high activity and high experiences. In an index fund, the fund managers has one simple job. They copy the index exactly. If the index is the Nifty 50, the fund managers buy same 50 stocks in the same weight and only changes them when the index committee changes companies. The manager in an index fund does maintenance work, not prediction work. So, the index fund manager rebalances the portfolio when the index changes. They track index daily. They make sure the fund's performance stay close to the index. They manage inflows and outflows of investors' money and they keep tracking error low. That's it. Because the role is simple, the cost is low, and lower cost means more return stays in your pocket. The second biggest advantage is it is emotional free investing. Index funds remove all emotions. Think about how most of us behave. When market crashes, we panic and sell. When they soar, we get greedy. That's human psychology. But index funds do not make you panic. They stick to index regardless of what happened yesterday and what headlines scream tomorrow. That's the discipline. Simply following the market without reacting emotionally. This is one of the biggest hidden advantages of index investing. Now let us talk about different types of index funds. The first one is large cap index funds. These funds follow India's top and the most trusted companies. For example, Infosys, Reliance, TCS, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Asian Paints, and so on. They simply follow the giants. These companies have already proven themselves. They dominate their industry and they form the backbone of Indian stock market. Now within this category, you will mostly hear two names, Nifty 50 Index and Sensex Index. And historically, both have delivered roughly about 11% to 13% annual returns over last 10 to 15 years. So when you invest in large cap index funds, you're basically investing in top companies of India. So they are stable, reliable, and they are beginners friendly. The second type of index fund is Nifty Next 50 Fund. And just after the top 50 comes the Nifty Next 50. These are companies ranked between 51 to 100. These are tomorrow's potential giants, the companies preparing to enter the Nifty 50. Historically, Nifty Next 50 has been one of the India's strongest performing indices, delivering around 15 to 17% annual returns over the long period. They are higher growth, slightly higher risky, but a powerful category that most beginners do not even know exist. The third type is broad market index funds. So if you want something that covers more than just top 50 companies, you have a broad market index fund. These don't stop at 50 or 100 companies. They cover the entire economy in one shot. The common ones are Nifty 100, that means top 100 companies. Next is Nifty 500, the top 500 companies. And historically, these broad indices have delivered 11 to 14% annual returns. So if you want maximum diversification in one single fund, this is like buying a mini version of Indian economy. The next type is mid-cap and small-cap index funds. They are the high growth zone. Mid-caps are companies that are in middle, not giants, not tiny, but full of potential. Small caps are younger and faster growing, but also the most volatile. Historically, mid-cap index have delivered 14 to 16% annual return, and small cap index have delivered 15 to 17% annual return, sometimes even more during long bull cycle. This category can create a huge wealth for you in next 15 to 20 years, but only if you're okay with up and downs of the market. The next type is sector index funds. These funds are very focused because they track one sector of the market. For example, a banking index funds invest only in the banking companies, and IT index funds invest only in IT companies. For that instance, a pharma index funds invest only in pharma companies. So ideally, this type is for somebody who knows about sector and potential sector that will perform well in the market in next 10 to 15 years. So if a sector is booming, returns can be excellent. For example, Nifty Bank has historically delivered around 11 to 14%. But because everything depends on one industry, these funds are risky and best for people who understands market cycle. The next type is global index fund. And these can be exciting because the investment made here are in top global companies and without ever leaving India. S&P 500 index funds give you exposure to giants like Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Nasdaq 100 index funds give you the global tech leaders. Historically, S&P 500 has delivered around 10 to 12 annual returns and Nasdaq 100 around 14 to 16%. So with one fund, you're getting global diversification and exposure to world-class innovators. So just by buying one fund from your Indian Demat or mutual fund app, you're investing in world's most innovative companies. The next type is Smart Beta Index Fund. And here we have something modern, that is Smart Beta or Factor Index Fund. These are index funds but with a twist. Instead of simply copying the market, they follow a rule-based strategy. Some follow only low volatility stocks, some follow high-quality companies, some follow momentum, that is stocks that are already moving up, and some follow high dividend stocks. These funds mix the simplicity of index investing with the intelligence of a strategy. So if you're wondering where do I and how do I actually start investing in index fund, this is actually the easiest part. You actually have to check which fund is performing good, and you can do this by checking these three parameters. First is expense ratio. The lower the better. Because index fund copy an index, the only real difference between two funds is the cost. So choose a fund with low expense ratio. For example, Nifty 50 index fund can come around 0.10% to 0.30% for direct plans. These are good ratio. The second parameter is tracking error. Again, the lower the better. This shows how closely a fund follows the index. Less tracking error means better and faster allocation. So choose funds with lower tracking error. You do not need to calculate anything here. AMC websites and many other apps shows this number. The third parameter is AUM, that is asset under management. You do not have to go for very low AUM. Pick a fund with a comfortable AUM, usually 1000 plus crores. That is considered as safe because larger funds operate more smoothly and avoid allocation issues. In case you want to skip all these three parameters and you want really an easy option to pick some of the top performing index funds, head to Fincash Explore Funds. On the home page, you will find Explore Funds. In the extreme left, go to Index Fund option and you will find here some of the top performing funds. On the extreme right side, in Customize Fund field, you can find different parameters. You can select as per AUM, expense ratio, fund age, 3-year CAGR return or 5-year CAGR return, and explore funds by yourself. The next step is to start your systematic investment plan. Even if it is just 1000 or 2000, start an SIP. Do not wait for tomorrow. And if you have a little larger capacity to invest, I will show you one simple rule that is called 15 into 15 rule. If you simply invest 15,000 per month for next 15 years, the index grows around 12%. So you would end up with a massive 75 lakh to 80 lakh. That's the magic of consistency. Let me show you two real stories that prove this. A 26-year-old starting an SIP SIP of just 500 in a Nifty 50 or Nifty 100 or 500 index fund with an increment of just 1000 rupees in investment every year, which quietly cross 1 CR by the time he is 45. So here there is no timing the market, no stock picking, not stress. And he didn't earn 1 CR just because he was lucky, but he started at an early age and stayed consistent. Likewise, a 50-year-old starting with a 15,000 every month and continues for 15 years will end up about 75 to 80 lakhs just because he showed up month after month. So whether if you are 26-year-old or 40, index funds will reward discipline and consistency, not because you were lucky or you were a billionaire already. Consistency is the real compounding. Once you invest, forget about your investment. Let the time do its job. Do not overthink, because index funds runs like an autopilot. You just ride the Indian economy. So if you're wondering how long you should invest in index funds, let me tell you, this category is not ideally for short term. They are patience machine. The real magic begins only when the fund crosses 8 to 10 years, and because that's when compounding feels like real superpower. And if you might be wondering, what about risk? Let me be very honest. No investment on this earth is 100% risk free. Not even real estate, because prices do fall, not even FDs because inflation eats them. But index funds are low risk to invest in an Indian stock market because they are not dependent on one or two companies, and because they do not own the entire index. They just mirror the economy itself. So yes, when India grows, you grow too. So just look at this 4 example, that is Nifty, Nifty Next 50, Nifty 50, Nifty 100, all compounding at double digits for an entire decade. That is, they have given between 11 to 14% return. Even Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, and Radhakrishnan Nair from SEBI all have recommended investing in index. Beginners can start here, but also experts use them for long-term investing strategy. So if you want to give your future self one simple gift, start investing today. Because wealth doesn't come by doing something extraordinary. It comes by doing one simple thing, that is starting now and here and staying consistent for a long period of time. As Charlie Munger said, the big money isn't about buying and selling, but in the waiting. Start small, stay long, and trust the process, and let the India's growth story become your growth story too. It is your money. Invest it smartly.